Masters San Antonio Open and our championship final. A couple of wannabes, Brent Frohoff and Ricky Luyties, Adam Johnson and Brook Vandeweghe. How did Adam Johnson and Brook Vandeweghe get here? It was a difficult road, and they handled it beautifully. 15-4 over Gonerman and Lyons opening round. Tough one with Sonicson and Stafford. A good team, 15-11. Got by Hovland and Dodd, the key match of their tournament, by one. Smith and Stokelo, 15-5. They killed him, and they got by Karch Karai and Kent Steffes, edged them out 15-13. Now, the opponents.
Brent Frohoff, Ricky Luyties, Big Mike Mataraki, and Little Jimmy Nichols, 15-14 in the very first round. That is a tough way to start. And then a couple of easy ones, and then the loss to Karai and Steffes. And then the forfeit. I think that's really a key to give them some extra rest. Troy Tanner with a sprained ankle. Beat Smith and Stokelo on time at 9. And then over Karai and Steffes also on time at 13-12. Frohoff and Luyties, their first opportunity to win since late last year when they had a victory in one of the Cuervo Gold Crown events in Clearwater. They split $100,000 there.
First referee today, Jim Leonard.
Please welcome on to AJ.
Jim Leonard, our first referee, and our second official is Butch Martin. Jim Leonard, a very good volleyball player. I believe he made it to the AAA level. And a look at 56-acre La Quinta Park. It was originally built with 12 sand volleyball courts, but with a high demand of participants, they went to 18 full-time sand courts, and part of the facility built for AVP volleyball, and it's been very, very successful here.
And you see all the lights. I mean, it gets hot here in Texas, no doubt about that. We have been blessed with some 60 and 70-degree temperatures, but this place is lit up and just crowded every night of the week with lots of play.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the double elimination.
So we're just about set, ready to go.
Luyties coming out of the consolation.
Adam Johnson talking to his partner, Brook Vandeweghe. The sub-story here, Brook Vandeweghe, the man you're looking at right there, has never won an open volleyball tournament. The other three have, and this is his big chance. He's been second a couple of times in his career. In Hawaii 2 years ago, he opened the season with Rudy Dvorak and got a second. In Philadelphia that same year, he played with Andrew Smith and got a second, but he's never won a winner's bracket. He did that today. He's the brother of Kiki Vandeweghe, and they have a very, very interesting Vandeweghe family tree, which we will try to detail for you. It is a huge chance for the youngest member of that Vandeweghe family, and a chance to get right up there with the sports immortals in his family.
Well, best chance he's ever had to win a tournament, of course, because they won the winner's bracket. He's had a long, long time to rest and focus on this one match.
Adam Johnson is his partner. And, of course, you know that Adam and Ricky used to play together. And, in fact, Adam wanted to play with Ricky again this year, but Ricky turned him down and said, I'm sticking with Brent Frohoff. So there's not animosity there, but might be a little tension there. We might see that come out.
Well, it was here in San Antonio that Adam Johnson and Ricky Luyties really struggled last year. I have to check the records, but I think they finished a dismal 9th or 13th, and that was the final tournament that they played together. So kind of ironic that they'd be facing each other here, the event that sort of broke them up last season.
Brent Frohoff coming through in the clutch in our semifinal. 6'3", 190, 29. He's going to be 30. 14 career wins. Most of those with Karch Karai. He's got a few with Akatubby. And one with Ricky Luyties worth $50,000 to Fro last year in Santa Cruz. So Ricky and Fro have won together. They know they can do it. Adam and Vandeweghe have not as of yet. Here comes Vandy. Vandeweghe has been blocking unbelievable. I asked Adam Johnson about Vandeweghe's blocking. He said, Chris, it's been a Brookathon, like a marathon of Brook blocking. He's just blocking everything.
Well, you know, that's what makes life so much easier. Ricky Luyties hits this ball very, very low to the tape, and Luyties has come out very lethargically at the beginning of this final, spraying one out of bounds and then getting blocked there. So much for the lethargy, but that was the one area where Brook Vandeweghe really needed to improve to get up among the, let's say, top 8 or 10 players. Has really become a much more effective blocker, and apparently this is his breakthrough week.
Ricky Luyties will be 31 on May 14th. He's won $20,466 so far, almost $400,000 in his career. Vandeweghe gets a lot of serves, and he pokes it right to Frohoff.
That's tight set coming right back.
And Vandy pokes it right back. It's 2-0. Vandeweghe and Johnson now make it 2-1 with that point. So Luyties and Frohoff get the ball. The wind is gusting just a bit. We think Luyties and Frohoff on the good side. Karch Karai and Kent Steffes are already out of the tournament if you just tuned on. They were beaten by Vandeweghe and Johnson in the winner's bracket, knocked out by Luyties and Frohoff in the semifinals of the consolation or contenders bracket.
And went through another one of those spells. Up
Yeah.
8-2, and Johnson, I should say, Frohoff and Luyties just hung around, continued to work, and got themselves back in the match.
Adam Johnson has 9 wins. He won one this year in Brazil with Kent Steffes. 2 wins last year in Fresno and in Fort Myers with Kent Steffes. And then remember Steffes going to Karch when he came back from Il Massagero, his banking job in Italy. Luyties dink. Vandeweghe pokes it up. And Johnson puts it away. Vandeweghe leaning back now, 3-1. Johnson and Vandeweghe. Remember, they only have to win one.
Johnson just out hustling right now. The good play by Brook Vandeweghe. Over the top of the block, turns around. If it's in range, you pokey and play, and then Adam Johnson with a shot over the top.
AJ to serve. And he goes right into the top of the net. So the side out going back to Frohoff and Luyties. Johnson, one of the star performers on the AVP tour. Been kind of frozen out in terms of partners. Was hoping to play with Steffes or Hovland or Luyties or somebody, and he kind of got lost in the shuffle. He's been scrambling for partners, and now he's locked up with Vandeweghe, who's been pretty darn good with him. We'll detail that for you.
Well, you know, Adam Johnson started out with Steve Timmons as we get a good look at Brook Vandeweghe, and Steve Timmons just was not ready to compete out on the tour when we started in Hawaii and then on into Florida. And that partnership ended early, although Timmons appears to be very ready now.
Luyties and Johnson with a dig. Vandy chasing. It's 3-1, looking for 4-1, and getting it. Johnson and Vandeweghe roar out on the bad side. They lead 4-1 here early. Johnson to put the ball in play. Living in San Clemente, California. Originally born in, I guess you can just say born in Portland, Oregon. And another jump serve miss. How many errors is that for Johnson?
A lot. 4 jump serve aces, I should say errors by Adam Johnson. No ace, 1 ace to his credit, and going to look to take a little bit off. He's serving it with a lot of gusto from the good side.
Speaking of taking it off, AJ has taken off his shirt. Go to Vandeweghe, and he's stopped by Ricky Luyties.
Luyties has had his share of chances against Brook Vandeweghe, and finally here getting the stuff.
So Vandy under attack, and it's his tournament to win or lose. He's going to have to side out and get the ball by Luyties. It's not an easy job. 6-3 is our score. Vandeweghe, pretty good passer. Good set there. And Vandy puts it away. Frohoff trying for the one-arm bandit, could not wrap it up. And the side out.
Fro on the run a lot as he's trying to play defense, and I know there's so much court to cover out there, but that's something that I would encourage players not to do. Pick your spot. As the ball is being hit, it's too hard to change direction in the deep sand after the ball has been hit off the block.
Killer Loop, Kill Award, yes, it's the Battle Royale. 6-6-5-4, going for the $500. Nice play. Vandy corkscrew. Back to Ricky. Luyties with an open net. He hurries in and bounces it off the tape. Vandeweghe, big play here. Vandy. No! Frohoff takes him back. Can Frohoff put it away? Nah, right to Johnson. How about Vandy with a D? He hit it out of bounds. Good rally. That would have been a point for Johnson and Vandy. Could not convert.
Luyties and Frohoff are hanging around thanks a little bit to some mistakes by Johnson from the service line. Brook Vandeweghe hitting that ball out of bounds. Luyties and Frohoff have a lot of weapons. When you've got them down, as Kirai and Steffes did, you better put them away or else they're going to make you pay.
22nd timeout taken by Johnson and Vandeweghe. So Vandy going to go over and ditch his shirt and towel off just a bit. Take a look at that last play for one more moment. A little pokey.
Hit right in the pocket to Brent Frohoff, and he's got outstanding underhand control. And then the scramble begins. Remember AJ playing such great defense behind Ricky Luyties a couple of years ago, and maybe Brook Vandeweghe really couldn't have set that ball tight to the net, a little high, and just chose to shoot on 2, but hit it long.
So Vandeweghe and Johnson back out. Normally, Vandeweghe would get about 60% of the serves. He's getting more in this one.
Well, a lot more. He's already received 12. Adam Johnson only 2.
Good way to get the Killer Kill Award. You look a little tired and have them hone in on you.
Need that extra $500 for some groceries on Monday.
The first couple of years that Ken Stevens played with Karts, he was getting that thing every single week. So AJ has the ball, and maybe the key to this match is, can Adam Johnson get his jump serve in for some points? They were effective with it early. And they'll work on Ricky. That's way back. And Johnson digs his former partner, looking for 7, second chance at it. 7, yo. So Adam Johnson, boy, you haven't seen him play in a while on television. You forget how good he is. Johnson and Vandy, 7-3 over Ricky and Fro. Finish this week for David Swadek and John Hanley. They pick up a 5th together, and they split about $4,500. So he is going to be a player to watch out for on the AVP Tour. Back to the action, 7-3. Johnson and Vandeweghe have the lead, looking for point number 8. Vandy poking. Did he get a touch? I don't think so. He hit it out of bounds. Vandeweghe a little off balance there. I think most people would say that Brook Vandeweghe is not the most gifted player athletically out here. He's a good player. He's worked hard, pretty big, moves well, tries hard.
Well, he's really, I think, perfected a couple of keys to the game. He's a good passer, good setter. And for a big man, he can really set the ball well. As he has worked on his game, he's gotten stronger physically, jumps better, can hit the ball well. And based on this tournament, he's becoming a better blocker. So it kind of sounds like the entire package. But I would agree with you. If you look at Ricky Luyties and you look at Brook Vandeweghe, you're saying, well, Luyties is a much better athlete. But Brook has really worked hard to improve.
And I think one thing that's really helped Vandeweghe in his relationship with Johnson is they both like to work out a lot. They train together a couple of days a week, which is a lot, training together. Then they practice on their own and do runs and jumps and all that stuff. And Johnson, that was one of the things he felt was lacking with Steve Timmons. Timmons had so many commitments, so many appearances, so much stuff to do. Yeah, he just could not practice as much as Johnson wanted to. Johnson got a dig. It's 7-3, looking for 8. And AJ looks superb. He chops it right down the line from about 9 feet off the net. Now it is 8-3. So Johnson and Vandeweghe looking smooth here. And Ricky and Brent have to really tighten it up now.
Vandeweghe, and if you don't hit the ball crisply, he's going to get a hand on it.
Working on Brent. And Johnson with another dig. So he's digging Brent. They used to play together too. Johnson got it again. Oh, wait a second. Did it hit Ricky? It appeared to hit Ricky. Definitely hit him. The linesman saying it hit Luyties. I thought it hit him. And Ricky saying no. Let's listen.
Well, this is a big turning point in the match. Luyties shaking the tape saying that ball never touched me. And we had this question on the mailbag a couple of weeks ago. If the net touches the blocker and the ball drives it into you, what is the interpretation? Oh, that ball's over the top. It hit him in the head.
Yeah.
And then hit the antenna. Off the block, then into the antenna. The point should go on the board to Adam Johnson and Brook Vandeweghe.
So Johnson and Vandeweghe now lead by 6, 9-3. Maybe Ricky didn't feel it. Maybe it hit the bill of his hat or something.
It might have hit the bill of his hat.
Let's take one more look at that.
Because Ricky's not one to argue that much.
Yeah, he doesn't complain a lot.
Yeah, he's not looking for us. It hit off the tape. Yeah, under the bill of his cap.
Yeah.
Under the bill of his cap. Yeah. And then onto the antenna. I'll bet he never felt it.
Does that count if it hits your hat?
Sure it does.
Okay. Sure it does. All right. You know, in women's volleyball, if you have a ponytail and your ponytail hits your net, that's not a net. Why? Because the ponytail is just like a hair extension. That's what I was told.
Yeah, it makes sense.
That's what I was told.
It makes sense.
Yeah. I assume it would hold true for men's volleyball if there were some ponytail guys out there, which there aren't anymore.
Nope.
So the missed serve, Brent and Ricky get the ball. Frohoff and Luyties, what do they have to do? Put some pressure on with the serve?
Well, Ricky Luyties, again, got to block a few balls. I think the way to get after him is to serve Brook Vandeweghe. He's blocking every time. Try to wear him down in spite of them winning the winner's bracket and getting a good long rest. You got to get a couple of stuff blocks and start him thinking about what he's able to do.
Chance for a point here. Luyties got it. I agree with you. I think if you're Ricky and Brent, look at the long term. You serve Vandeweghe all the way and think, we're going to try to tire him out for the double final. We've got to get there. We've got to win, but let's keep it on him all the time.
Well, and then you have to say, look, we have made enough ball control mistakes. Luyties and Frohoff look at themselves in the mirror and say, we got to side out for a long time and serve Brook Vandeweghe every ball.
So Brent Frohoff, with 4 minutes and 23 seconds to go in this final, his team trailing 9-4 to Vandeweghe and Johnson. Brook Vandeweghe to put the ball in play. Sister Heather just had a baby boy, 7 pounds, 8 ounces. I asked him, well, what'd she name it? And he goes, I don't know. And I said, well, how about AJ? He said, I would suggest that. Frohoff gets the kill.
So far, the digging contest between the Fray Jays, Frohoff and Adam Johnson, pretty close. Adam Johnson with 6, Brent Frohoff with 5.
4 seconds through the play, 4 serving 9.
Luyties pumping the jumper. One thing about doing the jump serve, it tires you out, especially if you're getting served. Now, Ricky has to settle down. Now he's going to get the serve back. Then he's got to go up and block. Then he's got to go back and serve. And there's a big load on anybody.
Long match against Ryan Steffes. Of course, lots of side outs. We came down with time running down on the clock. Been on the court a long while.
And inside the block goes Brent Frohoff. We talked a little in the semifinal about Brent Frohoff and his brother Chris, the surfer. Interesting relationship. When he was 10 years old, the 2 kids were 10 years old, Paul. Brent said he threw a dart at his brother and it stuck in his cap. They were arguing about something. And then he said, a little later in my career, I threw a pool cue at him and it just missed him and it stuck in the wall. So Frohoff, he knew he had a good arm early as Vandy and Johnson save one there. But I can really empathize with that brotherly kind of relationship.
I thought this was a point on the board. Going the husband and wife area.
Yeah.
Brook Vandeweghe is down, not only recovers, but just one arm diving sets the ball 50-50. Look at that. This is a point on the board if Vandeweghe just doesn't give it 100%. Not only does he get there, but look at the set to his partner.
The ensuing play is blocked by Vandeweghe. And so Brook Vandeweghe 5 points away from registering his first victory ever.
And he's starting to think about it right now.
Exactly.
When you walk back to serve, Frohoff and Luyties will try to slow things down, and he can see himself up on the victory stand.
Vandeweghe again!
5 stuff blocks for Brook Vandeweghe.
Brook Vandeweghe and Adam Johnson. 3 minutes and 56 seconds to go in the championship final. They are on their way. 3 games to none. Brook Vandeweghe and Adam Johnson, Ricky Luyties and Brent Frohoff. 11-4. Johnson and Vandeweghe closing in. What a story this is going to be if Johnson and Vandeweghe can pull it off. Luyties way over the top, saving a point there. And Luyties and Frohoff have just been dead in the final.
Yeah, I was going to say, where's the emotion?
Yeah.
They should not be all that tired, should not be fatigued. They finished second in a fairly unemotional performance last week. Ryan Steffes going on to win in Austin. But give me some fire, give me some emotion. Down 11-4, over 3 minutes and 45 seconds remaining. They need to make a move.
Serving Vandeweghe. And Vandy cutting inside. Brook Vandeweghe, 29 years old, born in Inglewood, California, now lives in Beverly Hills. And that will give the ball to Adam Johnson. Update on the Killer Loop Kill Award. Vandeweghe going for the sweep today. Maybe his first win, maybe his first Killer Loop Kill Award. 9, 8, 8, and 6. There he is. And they'll serve Frohoff here. Frohoff. Oh, and Vandeweghe is there again.
A clean half dozen now stuff blocks from Brook Vandeweghe. He looks,
blocking phenom.
Yeah, he looks like Mike Whitmarsh. What will this do for his confidence in the future? Look at him blocking the ball.
He had 6 stuff blocks against Randy Stoklos in their matchup against Smith and Stoklos, and he is just 3 points away now. Johnson and Vandeweghe from winning a tournament. And Johnson is there. Going for the put away. Not yet. Frohoff trying to save point. Vandy with a one-arm bandit. And down the line to Frohoff. Big play here. Frohoff really needs it. It's off Vandy. You can't get the ball by Vandy, can you? Back to Frohoff. 12-4 is our score.
Look at this.
Look at this! Oh, he missed it! If he had to put that away,
That's it. That would have been it. Somebody needs a stand timeout. There are lots of them still left on the board, and these are 4 very tired, or at least winded players right now.
Their backs against the wall, however, here.
Some good reads here. Started out good defense. Look at this. Adam Johnson just gets one knee in the sand there as the rally goes on. Was all over that back set shot by Brent Frohoff.
3:11 to play.
Maybe the second best rally of the summer. Boy, was that a fabulous rally. As Frohoff trying to get a little gasoline in there. Real quick, we'll take at least the opening part of this rally. Frohoff trying to go over on 2.
A kind of surprising play. You know, Ricky Luyties getting ready to put the ball away, and Ricky Luyties hustling here. And look at this dig right here. Just a little one arm, and Adam Johnson there to set the ball. Fro reads that easy. And this is where it started to get a little interesting.
12-4 is our score. Frohoff back to the action. Here comes AJ. Ricky with a block. Ricky needs to stuff some right here. So that was a weird-looking set.
Yeah.
And Luyties and Frohoff complaining. The first referee, Jim Leonard. Ricky Luyties said that was a chucking chowder.
And that's not something new on the menu. That just means it was a bad throw, in his opinion. Look at the blocking.
I think Brook Vandeweghe looks like his brother Kiki a little.
Oh, sure.
Facially.
I'll tell you a story about that in just a second.
Frohoff. And Vandy can't get there. Good hustle.
On an airplane to one of these tournaments, and the UCLA lacrosse team, I think it was on the way to Phoenix, is on the plane, and they're all sitting around me, and we're talking and whatnot. Brooke is about 8 rows up, and Brooke stands up when the flight lands in Phoenix, turns around and starts asking me for a ride to the hotel, and we're just talking a little bit, and he says, "Oh, you know Kiki Vandeweghe? Can you get me his autograph?" And I looked at this kid from UCLA, and I said, "It's not Kiki, that's his younger brother Brooke." And then the kid goes, I can't tell you what he said, but he says, "There's no way." And he said, "They look very much alike."
There has been such a tremendous amount of pressure on Brook Vandeweghe. The youngest of the Vandeweghe family, the father a professional basketball star, the mother a Miss All-American, the sister an All-American swimmer, Kiki Vandeweghe, a professional basketball star, an all-star. And what niche for Brook Vandeweghe. Pro beach volleyball. He comes out late. He learns to play the game. He's 29 years old. And now he's just 3 points away from his career highlight, winning a professional tournament here in San Antonio with Adam Johnson. Vandeweghe, and he taps it down the line. Looks very, very fresh, and quite a three-fecta, beating Smith and Stoklos, Karch and Kent, and if they can do it, putting out Ricky and Brent. Phil Award, of course, Vandeweghe in the lead by 3. Johnson to serve. It's been all Vandeweghe and AJ. Ricky and Brent have not had the fire here in the final after knocking out Karch and Kent. Maybe they'll get it back. They can run points. They've got serving and they've got blocking.
Well, they're on the bad side here. They need to make some hay in a hurry, get to the 12-8 side change with 2:45 left on the clock. Fro, in spite of the fact that he's on the bad side, going back in jump serve posture. No aces on the board for Luyties or Frohoff.
Going to Vandeweghe. Passing has been good. And Vandy hitting deep into the court.
Just can't find an answer. Vandeweghe has just been too steady. Brook Vandeweghe has received now 19 serves to Adam Johnson's only 4. And all this time, Vandeweghe has only given up 4 points.
A couple of years ago, you might remember the breakthrough tournament win for Ricky Luyties right here in San Antonio, Texas. It wasn't at this facility, at the other facility that we played at with Mike Dodd. The monkey off Ricky's back for a victory. Off, dug by Johnson. Point number 13 could be coming. And AJ wraps it. Froe digs it. And he gets it. Great play by Brent Frohoff to save point 13 and keep the AJ Vandy train on 12.
And to keep the Frey-J battle going between Frohoff and Adam Johnson on dig and ball. Frohoff rips the ball cross court, but Adam Johnson is one of the best at digging the straight hard shot. If he's in the vicinity, you hit the ball as hard as you can at him. He'll pop the ball straight up, and same for Frohoff.
Beautiful overhand digging by Fro right there. And Ricky will serve. 12-4, Johnson and Vandeweghe. And still they're working on Vandy. He's been pretty solid. And he goes deep into the court. No smarter shot than that. Hit deep and get that ball by.
Shot to the right side by Brook Vandeweghe.
Fans are kind of dead, Paul. I don't think they realize that Brook Vandeweghe is on the threshold here. He's as excited, and he's probably thinking, why isn't anybody cheering for us? Well, the fans are probably astounded by how easily they are beating Frohoff and Luyties.
And they're controlling the tempo.
Right.
Frohoff and Luyties have been unable to find a way to score ace consistently.
Ace for Johnson. And he says yes.
That's got to do it right now. Adam Johnson knows that he's going to win his first tournament on the Miller Lite Tour in a long while. Won one earlier this season, always known for having a fabulous jump serve.
And a timeout taken by Frohoff and Luyties. We're coming back. Can Vandeweghe and A.J. wrap it up? We'll find out. Chris Marlowe and Paul Sunderland, Johnson and Vandeweghe just 2 points away from victory. If you want tour and ticket information for the AVP, call 1-800-793-TOUR. You can purchase tickets or priority seating for any tournament on the tour. 1-800-793-TOUR. Johnson and Vandeweghe leading 13-4, just 2 points away from victory. Luyties dug by his partner Johnson, right back to him. Luyties got it. Vandeweghe tried to Kong him and almost took an ear off of Vandy.
Well, he tried to Kong with, I think, the wrong hand.
Yeah.
I mean, Luyties is no doubt going hard cross court, or maybe Brook thought he was going to get used down the line, but if Brook keeps his inside hand taking away the cross court, he's got a good chance at his stuff.
Kong is good for direction and getting over the net, but it's not good for area.
No,
you don't take much area with
you
the
go
Kong.
with the Kong if you think you're going to get the ball simultaneously.
You can
with
grab the banana, maybe. You go for it. You want the bunch? You got to spread those babies out.
You got to get to the top of the tree. That's right.
4 serving 13. Vandeweghe and Frohoff. Big chance here for a point and getting it easily. Ricky Luyties and Brent Frohoff. Sometimes Vandeweghe can get in a streak also. He has to continue to hit the ball, get in a little situation where you're tapping the ball around.
Well, he should look up at the clock, and he will take comfort and confidence that there's just over 2 minutes left. He can make a number of mistakes and still win this match.
I think that's what Karchin Kent said in the semifinal.
A little different situation. The score then was 13-12 or 13-10. This at 13-5, pretty insurmountable lead.
Good shot by Vandy right there. So Vandeweghe will serve. Talked about his father and mother, the basketball star marrying the beauty queen, Colleen marrying Ernie in New York. 500 people were inside, another 1,000 outside. The headline in the paper, Nick marries Miss America. That's what Brook Vandeweghe has. The lineage he has in his family, a lot of accomplishments.
Well, I think his spot at the dinner table might be a little closer to the head right now after he wins this week. Everybody will be very, very happy in that family.
Their family very, very supportive of all the kids.
Well, now that the NBA season is over, we'll see Kiki Vandeweghe at a number of spots.
Johnson, hook shot, out of the reach of Frohoff. So a saving point there. And once again, Adam Johnson, the steadying influence. A.J. with the wedge cut, the hairdo he made famous. Steadying out Brook Vandeweghe. Got that haircut in San Diego, the same guy that cut Steve Timmons' hair. Edward Scissorhands, that's the guy, Edward. 13-5. Oh, A.J. is right there. Looking for 14. Good set. Oh, and Luyties stuffed. Oh, he stuffed the stuffing out of that ball. If anybody should know A.J., it's got to be Ricky, don't you?
Yeah, and Adam loves to go hard cross court for big point-scoring opportunities out of rallies. He's going to hit his best shot and figure, if you can stop me, so be it. Luyties gets that with his right hand. He moved the block so far over into the cross court.
Oh, my ball. Frohoff and Luyties need points now. Vandeweghe cutting. Frohoff is there. Good set. Beautiful set. And Frohoff flicks it away. So just when you think it's out of reach, Brent Frohoff stabs one up. And that makes it 6-13. It was 12-4. A minute 24 to go. Still plenty of time for Frohoff and Luyties. And Johnson trying to slow down the pace, asking the umpire, Butch Martin, what about timeouts?
So stealing a lot of time here without having to take a timeout. That was as good as a sand, and then he doubles up by taking a sand timeout on top of it. The referees really let Adam Johnson buy some time there.
So a 20-second timeout as A.J. and Brook Vandeweghe try to regroup. They have the lead. They're in command. 1 minute and 24 seconds to go, an eternity for Brook Vandeweghe and Adam Johnson, trying to wrap up a tournament title. The first ever for Brook Vandeweghe, the first for Adam Johnson since Fresno of last year. Brent Frohoff and Ricky Luyties kind of trying to peck away here. They trail 6-13, but they're getting some points now. Johnson. And Ricky Luyties cuts the net. So an important side out of the sand timeout.
Well, they need to score there to have any chance at all. 13-7, coming over to the good side, 5 quick scores. You can create a picture where you can see Frohoff and Luyties getting back into this match. But all Brook and Adam have to do is play smart volleyball for the next couple of minutes, and they will have a championship in Brook's first.
Frohoff once again chopping inside. Brent likes that sharp cross court on the left side. He sizzled Brook Vandeweghe's pits on that one.
Well, I'll tell you, you know what Vandeweghe and Johnson should do right now is just concentrate on siding out. If they side out, obviously they can't lose. So Adam Johnson's going to pick a spot defensively. Brook is going to try to put up a big block, and if they get the ball hit to them, then fine. If not, they're going to concentrate on just siding out.
Vandeweghe right to Frohoff, gobbling a point. Can he get it? He does. Slowly but surely, here comes Ricky Luyties and Brent Frohoff. It's not over yet. Still a minute and 5 seconds to go. Vandeweghe and Johnson still up by Texas. Chris Marlowe, Paul Sunderland, a 6-point lead for Johnson and Vandeweghe with 1:05 to go. Someone said to me the other day, Paul, gosh, Karch and Kent have almost made $100,000 already. We've only played 7 tournaments. They're not doing so bad.
Not so bad. Finished third here this week, $83,000. Drop all the way down. That's big, of course, because they split $100,000 at the Cuervo. Smith and Stocco struggled this week, but doing pretty well. Mike Dodd, Tim Hovland. I'd say those are some household names once again and still on top of the money list. Of course, you'll see Adam Johnson and Brook Vandeweghe move up. They'll certainly get a nice paycheck this week, and what a day for Brook Vandeweghe.
Question right now, how much pressure is on Brook Vandeweghe? What's going through his mind, Paul?
All he's thinking is I've got to side out 3 times. If I can put 3 balls away, I'm going to win my first tournament, and that's what he should be putting all of his mental and physical energy into.
Is he worried? Is he nervous?
Sure he is.
Yeah, okay.
Sure he is. Until you've been in this position.
Say it.
Sure he is. I just did. Until you've been in this position a number of times. What's happening right now is he's going, geez, if they get 1, then we got to do this.
Yeah.
And if they get 2. But if he's able to come out and side out right now, they win the championship. It's over, and I think you'll start seeing him loosen up a little bit.
It's contact. Ron Lang and Ron Von Hagen, the great team of yesteryear, used to say it. Play the ball. Don't play the team on the other side. Play the ball, pass, set, hit, and you win.
And the pace is really, really slow.
They're going to Vandeweghe. Oh, aces Vandeweghe.
See, it's like in baseball. In the later innings, you got to take away the sidelines. Give some more middle of the court. Protect the areas where you can get aced. They should give more middle area. Brook Vandeweghe and Adam Johnson should be like the third baseman and the first baseman. Protect the sideline.
Luyties into the net. Let's check the timeout situation. Unofficially, 1 full timeout for each. Who's that, Paul?
1 sand left for Brook and AJ,
okay.
And all the sands left, at least by our count right now, for Luyties and Frohoff.
So Adam Johnson trying to steer Brook Vandeweghe through uncharted waters here. 13-8, 1:02 to go. They'll serve Frohoff. And Brent chops it down the line, side out. If you're wondering, in terms of time, a side out takes 4.5 seconds, maybe 5 seconds. If you get a rally, it's 7 to 10 seconds. Ace is about a second. So lots of time for a lot of weird stuff to happen here. Brent Frohoff and Ricky Luyties thinking maybe if we could pull this one out somehow, if we could miracleize, we could win that double
But
final.
they don't need rallies. They need aces and stuff blocks. No rallies.
Trouble. Vandeweghe racks it. Ricky looking for 9. He's got to put it away, and he does. Creeping. 48 seconds to go. 9-13.
Little footsteps. Again, that rally was too long. Luyties hammering down the middle. AJ unable to make the day.
Down by as many as 8 points. Cut that deficit in half. We're down by 4.
Frohoff setting the ball very, very high, as is his habit. It takes precious seconds off the clock, but you're not going to change that now.
48 seconds to play.
So timeout taken. Vandeweghe and Johnson have no more timeouts. Luyties and Johnson have 1.
In the event
13-9, 48 seconds to go.
That's Frohoff and Luyties still have one remaining.
Right.
They're not going to use it. They're not going to use it unless they get tied or within one where they need to really talk about some strategy. But I really think that Adam Johnson and Brook Vandeweghe ought to move their serve reception apart just a little bit and force the server to aim into the meat of the court.
I'll tell you something I would do, too, if I'm Adam Johnson. If I'm Adam Johnson, I take one big step to my right. See where Adam Johnson is right there? Take one big step over and protect Vandeweghe. Make him lob the ball to him. Take a big step over and stand in the middle of the court right there, Paul.
And let Brook move more towards his side.
Stand in the husband and wife area. Get in there. Frohoff.
Not a great pass.
Oh, A.J. Well, that superlative save there. You know, Vandy's, he's trying to hang in there down the stretch. He certainly is, yeah. I can remember when I won my first at Manhattan. I mean, I was trembling in 76 with Steve Obradovich. I mean, literally shaking as that last ball comes. And, he'll either get it down or not. He's going to have fun doing it.
Ought to serve high here and try to take some time off.
43 seconds. Frohoff, little tap shot, good.
Hypothetically, there's still time, but they need at least 2 more aces and at least 1 quick stuff block. Rally is the kiss of death.
9-14.
And if you're Vandeweghe and Johnson, you might not challenge the block. Just go ahead and lob the ball and create a rally of your own.
But you get so tentative doing that. You start lobbing it in, and then they get a point on you. Vandeweghe reaching into the corner. Brook Vandeweghe. Just like his brother Kiki hitting the jumper from the corner.
Side out. This was a big play. Frohoff decides to fake block. Looking for the quick dig maybe, but that's
a good shot.
Just too good a shot. Inside out by Brook Vandeweghe.
Just under 35 seconds to go. Vandy looking for the block that would seal it.
Oh,
he just missed the ace.
I think he was just trying to serve that ball in the court, though.
Now, in the ace variety, that missed the line by a foot, a rabbit's foot. Frohoff needs to dial one up here, and he is certainly capable. He and his partner, Scott Akatubby, when they were high schoolers, used to use the jump serve, and certainly two of the kids that popularized it. Vandeweghe. And Vandeweghe keeps it in bounds. 27 seconds.
Got to hurry. This ball's got to go down.
And Frohoff gets it down. Suddenly it is 13-10. And Vandeweghe and Johnson hanging on now by 3. They need a side out, a strong side out to solidify it.
And they're out of full timeouts and have only 1 sand timeout left. So
I'll tell you what I do right here, Paul. You go one more play here. If you don't get the side out, then you call your sand timeout.
Oh, absolutely.
You don't let them get any closer than this.
Frohoff tried to bang. He's been working Vandeweghe short. Try to bang this jump serve deep over Vandeweghe's shoulder.
Frohoff. Vandeweghe looking for the big hit. 13-10. Vandy cut. Got it. So Vandeweghe with 19 and 2/10 seconds to go. Vandeweghe and Johnson have a 3-point lead.
Up by 3. 13, 30-10.
Looking for his first victory ever. And here we go. Vandeweghe will go to the net.
Just serving it high.
Got to put this ball down if you're Frohoff real fast. Blocked by Vandeweghe. That might do it. 12 seconds to go. Vandeweghe pops it up.
Yeah, he knows
13
it. He knows it right now.
Keep it in bounds now, and it's a victory. Vandeweghe up high, 5 seconds. He's going to win his first tournament ever. Right here, it's over.
Look at him. Brook, he's
And
starting
it's
to
over.
smile now. He was smiling.
Brook Vandeweghe, yes. And give the assist to his partner, Adam Johnson. Unbelievable.
And the kid from Beverly Hills is on the chart with his first open victory.
29-year-old Brook Vandeweghe and 27-year-old Adam Johnson win here in San Antonio. Yeah.